It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode of The Mike Prince Show. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our website is obnradio.com. And the 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And without any further delay, we'll jump right into today's episode. Well, in case you had not heard, it's Election Day. It's time for you to get out there and cast your vote, regardless of who you're voting for, why you're voting for the person that you choose. Get out there and make sure your voice is heard by way of the ballot box. Now till 7 p.m. to cast your vote, and may the best man win. With that being said, we took a poll on yesterday asking, should the Southwestern Athletic Conference consider expansion by way of non-HBCU institutions? And your voices were heard loud and clear. 76% of you said absolutely not. Not to say that it won't happen, but we know how you feel if it were to happen. And when I asked that question, I was thinking more or less on the business side of things, because we know it's about the mean green. But many of you are saying 12 teams are enough. Absolutely no way. Some were even asking, what sports would you consider bringing over? And I was considering all of them naturally. But you have teams that geographically would make sense and could be a slight tweak of the conference. I'm thinking about the fact of Tennessee State. There's a long desire for Tennessee State to be included as part of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Not that actually Tennessee State is interested, but if you were to bring a Tennessee State over right now, you would have 13. You would need at least one other. And just naturally gravitating toward a regionally close conference, such as the Southland Conference, that are being under siege right now by the Western Athletic Conference, it appears. And you would have 14 teams, no more than 16, but right now you guys are saying 12 teams are enough. So with that being said, we'll turn the page and move on. And speaking of turning the page, get a load of this right now. ESPN is crying foul against NBC due to the fact that ESPN is saying that NBC has more flexibility, more intriguing games, and ESPN is stuck with a non-attractive Monday night football schedule. And I hear you loud and clear, ESPN, and they're also saying that they pay the most money, so they should get the best leverage, being the fact that they do not get a Super Bowl, and they can offer more highlights of the NFL product throughout the course of the day, because ESPN, that's what they do, right? Well, I got a memo for you, ESPN. You're crying about something when you're in a pretty good situation, but because of your own greed, you can't see that you've created your own problem. You have taken Monday Night Football, which was on a free channel, ABC, which you have the ownership and the rights to, and you force people over to listen and watch the broadcast on ESPN, which, by the way, is not the greatest production for an NFL broadcast. I'm sorry. But I personally would rather listen to the radio broadcast on Monday Night Football than to suffer through an ESPN television broadcast. You have your footprint all over college football. Now you're trying to look over the fence and say the reason that your TV ratings are down because of a lackluster NFL Monday night schedule. Look in the mirror, ESPN. Your broadcast production sucks. Get that right, then maybe you can talk a little bit more. Meanwhile, I believe NBC does a pretty good job. You kind of created that problem, ESPN. But you have the ability to fix it. We'll see what happens. I'm going to exit stage left on that note. That really has me shaking my head. I truly cannot believe that one, but it is what it is. It's 2020, right? Anything goes. Speaking of anything goes, get out there and vote today. Why don't you do that? I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. As always, we appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to support those who support us. Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union, Temple of Refuge Ministry, Attorney Lee Van Richardson, Helping Hand Lawn Service, Prairie View Athletic Club, and Diva Skin Conditioner. I've got to go. My time is far spent. You guys be blessed. We'll see you on the other side.